Hey YouTube, this is Accyrsed. Quick update with the Elsword model rigger. Actually, before I go on, sorry it took, I think it's been like 2 months since I've done an upload. I've been having issues. Every time I tried to add a new thing to the program, I basically broke it. I didn't have like an IDE, like an editing software for this program. Sorry about that. So I couldn't actually figure out where I was opening, for example, if statements and when I was ending them. For that reason, I was having actually significant issues with it, which was getting kind of annoying. So, I mean, I would add something new to the program, but I'd have an if statement in it, and I would kind of break it. So I finally actually have fixed that, and now I have version 2 and version 1, and they're the beta versions. I don't know how stable they are. They're stable enough that they can run a script that I made, but I don't remember if the script has all the necessary features, nor do I know if everything's in it. So, one thing I'm going to state, I know a few of you watching, or I'm almost sure there are a few of you watching who had requested or not requested, but I said I would put in the option to change the decimals from periods to commas on the cases that it needs to be that way in the PMD editor. However, I haven't had the chance to go back and add that in. It won't take me too long, but I wanted to get the first release out, and that'll be one of the new editions, either in like the beta 2 or 3, or by like 2.0.1 or 2.0.2. Not too far from now. I just want to make sure what I have currently right now is working fine. So I don't think the rigger and the compiler look any different since the last upload I might have done on them. This is just what the rigger looks like currently, and this is the compiler. So, in retrospect, I can't actually show what a script looks like, but this has all the new setups. For example, it was requested that I do a shade setting. So now, yeah, the reverse can be set up so it can be seen from both sides, something I did not show in the tutorials because I didn't realize, and then the shade option, which will, I think, allow shadows within the model. Now, I didn't build any of these into my first rig because the first rig was, well, kind of necessary to just test it. So, now, basically over back on the side of the rigger, now it detects the thing, it reloads in the center of the screen. That's by default. I'll fix that at some point. It reads the information. I'm pretty sure I showed that in a previous upload. Override script delay. Every script should have this like octothorpe delay thing with a certain number of milliseconds. I believe the actual good number is 200 milliseconds. 100 milliseconds is for a really fast computer. About 200 is better for not slow computers, but average computers like mine. For example, if a script was too fast, you would be able to override script delay with 250 is the closest to 200, so that would be a good one right here. But I'm not going to override it, and I'm just going to clear the delay here. So if I go back over here, I don't need this folder open. I should be able to run PMD editor here. Yeah, here we go. Didn't know where it was. So I'm going to run this and show how this thing works. This over here, or while this is loading, I don't know if I already explained this, but at one point I had every part of the script requirements to be inside, I think they were at the top of the bar, but they could easily be changed. Now they're stored in the top up there, right up here in the script. It still keeps them track inside the lines like they would have been up here, but they're not actually there inside the physical thing itself. Minimize these two for now, just to explain the rest of this. These are password protectable, and since the last time I showed an upload of this, I made a significantly more complicated algorithm, and so or encryption basically. So it's a lot safer now than it was before to make like private files and custom scripts. I don't know if it would be a good idea to essentially like spread them around there, like put them up for public download, especially when there is a chance that if someone figures out how I encrypted them, they can undo it. It's not like it's going to be that easy, though, but I can't promise anything. Also, just saying that under any circumstance, I reserve the right to be able to de-encrypt any script under any circumstance if I deem it necessary. Just on the case that I need to at least say that somewhere. So I'm saying that now. If I need to, I will undo the decryption of scripts. Okay, so I created an Eve script. It's up to version 1.3 because I've added a ton of features. I'm going to go back to my generic test model that I've had sitting here for a while, the unedited one. I have a lot of tests. For those of you wondering, I do not have any other characters besides Eve done because I had a technical issues getting the script made. But now that I've done it, I know what I'm doing and it shouldn't take too much longer. So I'm going to start this in just a moment. For any of you wondering, though, the next character I believe is Aisha because she was the second one out in the first rigor, and then the next character past that would be Ara, and then I think after that, I think it was requested Rena, then Raven, then Elysis, and I don't know who's after that. But that's the order of upcoming people, and they'll be done sometime soon. I can't really say for sure because these scripts are maybe 2,000 lines apiece. So they take a little bit of time. But anyway, I'm going to start this. I'm just going to say that that works. And so does that. I'm just going to enter. It's going to shove in the information and then start doing its stuff. It might have skipped a little bit around, like I couldn't really see if it got through 4, 5, and 6. That was because my computer's lagging from recording. But as you see, it just does this, in essence, just like the other one did, but it's reading from a script that I wrote. Which is a plus side, because it doesn't actually take, in essence, some form of external, like, effort to, or external work on my part to actually build every script. If one of you wants to make a script, it's kind of easy. I don't have any tutorials out there just yet, other than these here. But if there's a high demand for it, or at least some form of demand, I'll give a tutorial on how to work this program. At least the compiler part. The reading of the scripts is easier than ever now. You just select the script and go. It will keep track of scripts within folders, so they don't have to be in the exact location of the program, but they have to be in a folder, at least in some form of folder, in the folder the program's in. So, like, you have the program in a folder next to it with the scripts in it, or a program and the scripts next to it, it doesn't matter. Just so long as they're in a subdirectory below the rigor. Anyway, if you notice, this actually might be moving somewhat faster, and it also checks the visibility. So, for example, if you see it, sometimes it goes over to the right and holds the cursor over the visibility button, but doesn't actually click. That's because it's testing to see, is it already invisible or is it already visible? And then once it finds out, it will either click or not click based on the logic it receives. Unlike the other one where it always toggled. So this uses some form of more complicated logic. It's not perfect and such, but one thing that I forgot in the script, which I'll get back to at some point, was shading. For example, the meshes are now really, really white, and for that reason the character will show up way too bright in MMD. Also, I've been given a few sets of numbers for the mesh tab that are better than like what I'd been using before, so I forget who gave them to me, but I'm going to send credit out soon when I remember who showed me. I got these a while ago, but I didn't have anything to do with them at that moment, because I hadn't completed this. Anyway, this is almost done. I'm kind of just explaining the rest of the stuff as this goes. Sorry for the beeping. I know that's got to be annoying by now. It has to do that, though. I can't stop the beeping. That's PMD editor. I have no control over that. I think that's about it. But if you look, all the bones are in place. Now it's moving the invisible bones that are not necessarily not as critical, but not as normal. And then it actually works with physics, too. And the groups will check, same with attachments. The attachments are always the same delay speed. They can't go down any quicker, otherwise the computer will it will go weird. I can guarantee that. I've had issues with it before. So as this works its way out, I will just, I don't know. I don't really know what else to explain. It keeps track of like the subgroups too, which are a pain. For example, I think it's physics.subgroup, and then you put a space, and then every argument can be a separate number, and it takes an infinite number of arguments. Although entering the same argument twice will just toggle the group on then off. But, for example, I think one of the next physics things that are coming up are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. So I just do physics.subgroup 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 with spaces between them. And it will add things. Like, for example, right there. It just added all those subgroups from a single method. I mean, this thing's not perfect. It's bound to weird out just a little bit. But it should be within reason. Yeah, I mean, it's not perfect. I can see it going wrong a little bit. Like, it's clicking ahead of time quicker than it should be, but that's also because I'm recording, so I have no idea. Anyway, yeah, this is what I've got. I'm sorry for it taking so long to get out here, but another thing I also had pointed out, the heads don't move correctly. That's because I parented wrong. But I haven't had time to fix the model errors. I've been just trying to get the program out. So once I get the program out, and which it is coming out now, once I get that out and the I can start working on the like model bugs along with releasing new models. I'm getting somewhere. It shouldn't actually take nearly as long to get updates out now because I'm not fixing the program and making scripts, I'm just making scripts. So not necessarily really soon will be the next one, but I mean within reason there will be another one sometime soon. Within a few weeks there will be the next one, I don't know. I mean, they're, in essence, sometimes harder to make than entering in the original program, but it allows full customizability. And, I mean, I don't know. I prefer it better than in being in the original code, so I can't actually mess up the program when I'm building a script. If I mess up the script, then I mess up the script, but the program won't break. If I mess up the program, then I am out of luck, and I have to fix it. But if I mess up a script, I can just delete the script and try again, or try to figure out what the issue is. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this is the joint part, and this shouldn't actually take too much of an issue, I think. I have no idea exactly what it's doing, though. Okay. That should have created a model. Yep. That should be exactly what it looks like with the original script. I don't think it looks any different. Plus, a plus side of using this with the scripts right here, the scripts and all, they are significantly more accurate than version 1.3.4 and below. This is because it actually has a catered delay to the script as compared to the computer itself. So if a computer goes too quickly, like if a computer can move the mouse quicker than it actually can react, that's not necessarily a good thing. But in this case, there's always a forced delay. But that delay can be overridden by overriding it with nothing, which is probably a bad idea, and I would recommend doing at least 0.01, but that's still pushing it. 0.05 is for really fast computers, 0.1 is for fast computers, and 0.25 is for average computers. If you have a slow computer, you might want to do 1 second. For example, like the drop downs, these don't change. When they go down, those don't change. But everything else, yeah. I'm trying to at least get this to work with more computers. I'm trying to make it at least somewhat more balanced. So, I think that's about it. There'll be a download link in the description. It'll link you all to the beta folder, which will work for every future release of the beta. So whenever I say that I have a beta out, but I don't put a link, any of you who have the link or know of this video can just come back and get the link to it. I'll put the beta link usually in the description, but one thing is, though, I want to say that if you're using the script, I do not take responsibility for anything that it misclicks or moves around on the computer or does to the computer by the program messing up. I mean, it's stable on mine, and it doesn't seem to cause issues on mine, but I can't promise on any other computer, along with any issues it causes with multiple PMD windows open or anything. I don't take responsibility for it. In using it, you have to understand that something might go wrong somewhere along the way. That said, it's going to be in the description, and I'm actually glad to say that this thing is actually working. To be honest, when I started this program around, actually before the version 1, when it was just a basic script that ran whenever I hit a key on my keyboard, yeah, I didn't expect it to get anywhere near this complicated. I expected maybe basic scripts, 1 or 2, but built into the program that I did, and I expected that it would take me months to create one. I completed the first model in about 2 days. So, that being in the first part. Now, I mean, this has taken me like a month because I want to make sure this thing is stable. I finally found an IDE, like an editor for this type of programming language, and that made the last part so easy. Like, while doing the physics, I broke the program like 5 times, which was like an hour or 2 endeavor each time to try to fix it. Which, honestly, spending an hour or 2 after changing the program for 5 minutes is awful. But I added it, or I opened or found an IDE for the program, and though I made one error that kind of broke the program, I was able to pinpoint it and fix it within about 2 or 3 minutes. So that cuts down on time significantly. So I should have program updates out faster than like before now at least. Till then, I think that's about it. The rigger right here should come with the only script I have, which is right here. It marks them as package data. I don't know how long it will keep the phrase package data. It might end up getting like .rig or something, or .emr. It might be .emr or something. I don't know. I'll figure that out at some point. I just did package data because it's, I don't know, it was long, complicated, and I figured no other program in the world would use a 6-letter extension key. Other than, okay, maybe other than the fact that I've seen a .properties file, but that's not relevant because that's an actual word. This is 2 words condensed to 6 characters. Anyway, thanks for watching. That's about it, and I'll have the stuff in the description with a link to the beta folder. So, any of you using this, please get back to me if you find any bugs, whether it be in the script or just if it doesn't run. I don't care whatever it is, I just need to know about it. Well, not I don't care. I mean, whatever it is, I need to know to try to fix it. I'll do my best to try to fix it. Also, sorry for any late replies to messages. I see them, I read them, and then I forget to reply. Like, I used to reply on my phone, but then my phone stopped being compatible with Google+, and then it was getting kind of annoying. So I was able to read them, but if I wasn't on my computer at that moment, I forgot to reply, in essence. That's kind of what happened. So yes, I always check. It's a matter of if I reply at that moment. If I don't reply within like a day or 2, get back to me again, send another message or something, and I'll get on it like right then. Especially if you say that you'd sent me something before and I kind of forgot. Anyway, thanks for watching. The download link, as I think I've said like 4 times, will be in the description. If you find anything, get back to me, and thanks for watching. I'll have, I don't know, as many scripts out as I can soon. Thanks. Bye.